Welcome to That's Good Broncos. I am Brandon Perna, and today I am talking about the Denver Broncos free agents I believe they need to re-sign, and the news that the Broncos have the best chance to land Tony Romo if he's willing to take a pay cut. So today, I will focus on the current Broncos players I believe they need to keep, and tomorrow I will discuss the guys I think John Elway should bring in. That's Good Broncos. This episode is sponsored by CWHemp.com. Go there, use my promo code That's Good to get 10% off of your Charlotte's Web hemp oil. Oh, I know, Brandon, you tell us every fucking episode. Well, it's important. I'm using it for my brain to help prevent Alzheimer's disease, which there's evidence that suggests that. I watched my grandpa battle with Alzheimer's, and I don't want it. There's a whole bunch of things it's useful for. Check it out, do the research. Don't put something in your body unless you do research on it. That's a good rule, especially for dildos. Starting with, come on over, come on Tony Romo. Ian Rapoport stated on the NFL Network yesterday.
But at this point, just judging from the teams available, given Clark Hunt's comments to the Kansas City Star that Alex Smith is going to be the Chiefs quarterback for 2017, it seems the Broncos are clearly in the driver's seat now in the potential free agent Tony Romo sweepstakes.
Things are speeding up and the Broncos are in the driver's seat for the Tony Romo sweepstakes. You know who's not in the driver's seat for the Mega Million sweepstakes? Me. See this? This is a fucking losing ticket. Just once, I would like to win $73 million. Just once. Is that too much to ask for, Jesus or Satan? Whoever the fuck the Patriots owe their success to, that's the guy I want to be part of. That's the team I want to be on. Is that Satan's team? I don't know, but Now, I'm not sure this report from Rapoport means much. Nothing can happen until March 9th. That's next Thursday when free agency actually opens. And so until that point, everything is still conjecture. What we know is if he wants to play in Denver, he will have to take a big pay cut. And if he decides to play here, I think it makes the Broncos a much more dangerous team, almost instantly. Yes, there are major questions about his health, but besides the salary Denver has to pay him, they really have nothing to lose. If he comes to Denver and gets hurt, the Broncos are in the exact same situation they are in right now, Siemian or Lynch. So how's bringing in a proven veteran, a guy who at worst is more than likely a top 10 QB, how is that a bad thing? If he gets hurt, we know we have Siemian, who can play, or Paxton, who may be ready to play by that time. Siemian's injury is a bit of a concern, so I'm all in for bringing in Tony Romo. I will also say that Siemian's shoulder injury was much worse than any of us knew, and that's a good sign. One, it means the guy is pretty fucking tough. Two, it means he wasn't even close to playing at 100%. Which to me means we have yet to see him play at his full potential. A lot of people's biggest criticism of Trevor Siemian is that we've already seen him at his ceiling. We know what kind of quarterback he is. He's hit his ceiling. I thought that argument was ridiculous before we knew he had an injured shoulder. A rookie quarterback with a bad O-line and no run game didn't show he was making a ton of progress through the season. How can you say you've seen him hit his ceiling? That was dumb, but throw a grade 5 separation into the mix, and I'd say we have a lot to learn about the type of quarterback Siemian can be. Siemian was injured week 4 against Tampa Bay. Week 3, he found his groove torching the Bengals. He looked great early against Tampa, and after the injury, he never really was the same because the Broncos doctors misdiagnosed his injury as a grade 3 separation. The doctor who performed the surgery said this was not an elective surgery and that Siemian should have been given a Big Dick Player Award for his toughness. That's according to the surgeon. Injuries are a major concern when talking about T-Sim, Trev, the Jizz, Siemian Toast Crunch. I believe in Siemian, but I also believe in proven veterans. Even if their bones have a tendency to break like a Miranda Lambert album. No, I've never listened to that music. I literally Googled things that break. So that's Romo, the quarterback situation moving into free agency. Let's begin with the types of free agents that exist. There are unrestricted free agents, or UFAs, restricted free agents, RFAs, and exclusive rights free agents, ERFA. I know this shit sounds boring, and it is really fucking boring, but I bring it up because it's funny. Let me read to you how they define an exclusive rights free agent. An exclusive rights free agent is an NFL player who is not under contract but has only 2 years of NFL experience. If his former club makes him an offer at the 3-year veteran minimum salary, then that's it. He has to take it or leave the NFL. These guys have no right to negotiate with other teams. They are free only in the sense that they are free to quit. Hey Jim, you've been a great employee here at Burger King. You've been here 2 years and we're going to give you the minimum 38 cents per hour raise. You can accept that or not work at any other fast food restaurant in America. The choice is yours because you're free. That's why the Broncos will be able to underpay guys like ERFA Matt Paradis. That's right, Matt Paradis. He played at an elite level, severely injured, just endured 2 hip surgeries, and has no choice but to play in Denver for the 3-year veteran minimum if that's what the Broncos offer him in 2017. Altogether, the Broncos have 9 exclusive rights free agents. That means 9 guys have to stay in Denver if the Broncos offer them the lowest amount of money they could possibly be paid. Another huge win for the players at the CBA. I wouldn't be surprised if the Broncos kept most, if not all of those guys. Moving on to the restricted free agents, there are 3. Center Sam Brenner, linebacker Todd Davis, and kicker, the Gooch Destroyer, Brandon McManus. I'm not sure if they will keep Sam Brenner since they have Paradis and Ferentz, who is a ERFA as well. However, if there's concern about Matt Paradis' hips after the surgeries, they may want to keep extra depth at the position. Don't know. I believe they will definitely place a tender on both Brandon McManus and Todd Davis. That should happen, looking at my fake watch, any second now. The tender is the same thing they placed on CJ Anderson last offseason, which means if another team wants them, they can give them an offer sheet, which, if accepted by the player, has to be matched by the Broncos in order for the Broncos to keep the player. CJ Anderson signed Miami's offer sheet, and that's why the Broncos ended up paying him. Brandon McManus is an easy call here, and I'm sure he will eventually sign a long-term deal with the Broncos. Todd Davis plays a position that is a bit thin for the Broncos, so he must be kept in Denver as well. However, if another team makes him an offer, I am not certain the Broncos would re-sign Todd Davis, but expect him and McManus to be back as Broncos for 2017. Okay, finally, the unrestricted free agents, the goods. These are the guys who can re-sign anywhere they want. There's a new coaching staff in Denver, which makes this all a bit less predictable. I have no idea which guys this coaching staff likes. We know Kubiak's staff was high on Marlon Brown, enough to acquire him during the middle of the season for no fucking reason at all. The players I believe that are gone are Marlon Brown, Jordan Norwood, Justin Forsett, Thomas Gafford, Sly Williams, Russell Okung, and even DeMarcus Ware. I know Ware wants to play in 2017, and he may do it. But again, after a back surgery, I just don't know if it's worth the money to take that chance. If it were any other injured area on his body, I'd say sign him. Never trust a back injury. Wait, what did Tony Romo have? Back injuries? Well, don't sign him. I officially support the signing of Tony Romo and the not signing of Tony Romo. That way, I'm not wrong. Justin Forsett made sense because he played his best football under Gary Kubiak. But for Forsett, I don't foresee the new offensive coaching staff keeping him around. I will say if Sylvester Williams doesn't get a strong offer from another team, he could end up back in Denver at the league minimum. He's not a bad player, but he's not a special player, which makes it really tough to justify offering him more than the vet minimum. The Chiefs reportedly won't franchise tag Dontari Poe, and Poe could be a bit of an upgrade over Williams at that position. That leaves Vance Walker, Billy Wynn, Dakota Watson, and Kayvon Webster. Personally, I'd like to see all of these guys playing for the Broncos in 2017. Dakota Watson plays special teams and is a pretty damn good pass rusher. If Ware leaves, keeping Watson becomes a priority. You can never have enough pass rushers. You hear everybody say that, but it's true. Plus, his Instagram hunting and fishing photos are very hard to beat, and I don't even like hunting. The only things I enjoy killing are people's dreams and beers. I believe the Broncos will make a move on the defensive line in free agency, which means Billy Wynn or Vance Walker is probably gone. This is a tricky decision because Vance Walker is the better player, but he's returning from an ACL injury. All he does is Billy Wynn is healthy and honestly may be a little bit better all-around player than Jared Crick. Not that Jared Crick's a free agent, but Wynn is the safer bet. Walker has more potential to be a bigger difference maker on the line. Put it simply, the D-line has too many question marks without the Broncos bringing in a dynamic player to fill in at nose tackle or defensive end. Adam Gotsis, Derek Wolfe, Kyle Pecco, Jared Crick, Billy Wynn, Shelby Harris. I mean, outside of Wolfe, none of those guys have proven to be high-caliber three-down players. So the D-line's a big old guess. That leaves Kayvon Webster, who is essentially the best special teams coverage guy on earth. I believe this is really up to Kayvon. I think the Broncos want him back, but I don't believe he will get much playing time at the corner position. If another team gives him an opportunity to compete as a starting or true nickel corner, I believe Kayvon will take that chance. Lorenzo Das played more snaps at corner than Webster in 2016. Kayvon, listen, Kayvon, stay in Denver. Who cares if you don't play a lot of defense? Be the special teams god that you are. There's less of a chance to get hurt the fewer snaps you play. Make $1 million a year and then you can retire in comfort. Plus, you're one of the most humorous guys on the team. The Broncos need that personality in the locker room. So to recap, I'd keep Webster and Watson. I'd try to keep Billy Wynn and Vance Walker if the money permits, but I feel like one of those two may be gone. So that's it. Make sure you come back tomorrow when I discuss the free agents from other teams I think the Broncos should target. Thanks for watching another episode of That's Good Broncos. Subscribe here. Give me a follow on Twitter after you subscribe here. And CWHemp.com, my promo code is That's Good. You get 10% off of Charlotte's Web Hemp Oil. Learn about it. See if it's something you want in your body.